What's the plan?
So glad you asked. So today we're gonna do 2023 race recaps, micro recaps, and how that's gonna work. So I got this awesome hat.
And this awesome timer from Taboo.
1 minute timer. So this hat is filled with papers. It's got all of our races written on it. If it's got green font, it's his race.
Oh.
If
Pink.
It's pink is my races. And what's gonna happen is one person's gonna run up, randomly pull it out.
And the other person is gonna be back here
doing burpees. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think we're gonna be a little winded, so if you're in, let's do it.
And it's also a pretty geesey day here at Governor Nelson State Park. So you might hear some random honking.
Yeah.
That's a treat for you.
It's a treat.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right.
I started doing that too.
All right. Milkman 70.3. This was in June. I did not have a lot of good things to say about that race. It was early season, so not a lot of time to acclimate to the heat. The race, they ran out of ice, so that was a problem on the run. Bike course, there was a giant hill, I can't remember the name of it, and it was all pea graveled. Honestly, this is not a good start to my recaps because I don't have a lot of good things. It was probably one of my slowest half irons in a few years. I don't even know the time I wiped it out of my memory. I was so upset about it, and like, I just remember thinking, if I can't get through that race, how will I get through Kona? So it forced me to work really hard this summer. Time's out.
All right. Oh, trying for children's Olympic triathlon. So I think that was one of my only 2 triathlons last year, or this year. It was a pretty fast course. There's a lot of lily pads in the swim, which are okay, but I kept trying to avoid them on the 2 loops. But I kept swimming through them anyways. I tried to strategize and pull myself through the lily pads. I don't think that actually made me go faster, so I didn't have a very fast swim. I remember getting passed by a guy on a bike in a really dangerous 2-way traffic zone, and like my only focus for the rest of the race was just to make sure I passed that guy, and I did. So that was the only thing I really did well in that race, but I did it, and I'm out.
So it turns out these are not good burpee pants. I have Kona underpants run and dream. So it really wasn't a race. It was a 2-mile fun run in Kona 2 days before the Ironman World Championships. The most fun ever. Seriously, if you've never run in your underwear with a group of people, you gotta try it. It is so fun. John was on GoPro duty. He was, we got a brand new GoPro 360, and he thought he was recording people, but he wasn't sometimes because the equipment was new. This is really not a good race recap. That's all I got for that. I mean, I'll just throw a bunch of B-roll on this and you'll enjoy the view.
So we got the Madison Marathon, Stina's race. Well, she did pretty good. Hold on, I'll be right back. I don't know why I wanted to do more burpees.
I'm so glad I got tapped in for this because Madison Marathon was such a great marathon. I mean, it wasn't even like fast. It was just like my most strong, steady, consistent feeling marathon. Like I felt so in control. And like, I remember starting just a hair in front of like the 4:20 pace group, and I could hear them behind me. I could hear the pacer coaching the group, and listening in on that was really helpful. So I was reminded to like relax my hands and breathe and drink water, which I'm really bad at, but yeah, man. And it was a new race course. I loved the course. I signed up again for next year. Almost out of time.
Apparently, Stina was in a hurry to do burpees because still time on this timer. Hey, trying for children, Stina edition. That's what we got this time. So Stina had a similar race experience to me, I think. The swim was like There's a lot of muck in the water too. And then, I'm getting to it. Just do your burpees. Lost my train of thought. Okay. So also the dangerous passing situation on the way out. But when she was running past an aid station, they told her she couldn't have water because she was going on a different route. Like she had to get on the way back. But on the way back, they had just relocated the aid station to a better spot that was out of her way to actually go get. She was very unhappy. I'm out of time.
Rumble on the Ridge in green. So this is a last man standing ultra run in Arena, Wisconsin. I remember John's goal. He wanted to do at least a 50K that day. And I was in the thick of building for Ironman training, so I couldn't stay that long, but this race is ridiculous. You run this 1.1 mile loop. You get 20 minutes to do it, so you finish in like 15 minutes, you come back and like eat your Oreos or poop, whatever. Yeah, he did the full 50K, so I think he had a great time. I had to leave early so I could go home and do a long ride. That's over now. So is this timer.
This time I've got Milkman 70.3, my edition. I didn't hate the race course. The only thing I really didn't like was that Observatory Hill, which was like a super steep climb with a long steep descent afterwards, was covered with pea gravel, and it was kind of terrifying to go down because I'm kind of a chicken on the bike when it comes to that kind of stuff. I was hoping to break 5. I didn't. It was like one of my slower 70.3s in quite a while. Probably need to like shave off like 3 or 4 minutes on each of the disciplines, but I was way more run focused on trail running, so that's my excuse. You know, I had a decent run. It was, you know, pretty good, well supported, I thought, for the crowds out there, and I think I'm out of time.
What does this say? Ironman World Championship, lifetime goal. And you know, the more, what can I say about this in a minute? Swim, violence, bike, just incredible. What an experience. Like, I wish I had the chance to do that bike course again. It was just so, it's unbelievable. It's beautiful. We were so fortunate we didn't have the crazy wind. I saw goats. I saw the ocean, saw a lot of rocks. And then the run, my slowest marathon ever, but what really makes me appreciate it is like that run gave me the confidence to go into ultra. So, you know, it all happens for a reason. I'm really thankful for that entire experience. Okay, we're out of time.
Boy, I keep getting just Stina races. Kona underpants run. Well, I was there too. Technically, this is supposed to be from Stina's perspective since it was pink. But I don't know. I had a great time. I was probably the only person there wearing a hydration vest for like a 2-mile run in your underwear. But to be fair, it was really hot, and not just because I was in my underwear. So hydration was good. Also gave me a lot of places to put snacks and hydration and gear. Not that I used any of the gear correctly, because I tucked a GoPro into my shorts and smudged the lenses. And so like half of the footage was just blurry, unusable on one half, and the other half was just nice and clear, but it's missing the point of a 360. And I'm out.
Ironman Madison 70.3. Oh yeah, I was confused. I was like, I thought I just recapped that. Madison 70.3. It was in September, so I was originally signed up for the full. No, I was not. This is a lie. I was originally signed up for Ironman Mont Tremblant because I was trying to qualify for Kona there, but I got my invite to Kona late July, so I deferred my Mont Tremblant entry to the Madison 70.3. So I was in like great peak Ironman shape, and I just went out to have a great fun day, and I did. I confused my friends because I was smiling and waving when they were taking pictures. I don't normally do that. I usually have kind of like a game face, like had a really great bike ride. I was 10th in my age group, that was the goal. I wanted to be within 10. Oh, I'm out of time.
Blue Mountain's 18K. So that's kind of like one of my favorite first races of the season. It's an 18K, roughly 11-mile trail run out in Blue Mountain State Park here in Wisconsin. It is pretty darn hilly. There's a lot of like very fun technical like parts that are on like single track mountain bike trails. So you get a lot of variation in your running terrain. Now I ended up, I think I got 3rd in my age group, which is pretty good because a lot of really fast people showed up and I just watched them like tear off into the distance at the start. But I managed to kind of hold it together and still have a pretty solid race.
Okay, so we were originally gonna stop at 5 each, but this has just been so fun. All right, Run the Hawk, 6-hour relay. I'm gonna have to tap out on this because I had a 100-mile bike ride that day. I know nothing about it.
I was doing burpees. All right, so yeah, Run the Hawk. It's a super fun trail run put on by Driftless Endurance. They have a 3, 6, and 12-hour option of how many roughly 2-mile loops you can run in that amount of time. I signed up for the relay version with 3 other friends from Ironworks Multisport. We had a good time. I think we ended up getting 2nd in our division for 6-hour relay. Like, it has got a crazy steep climb. I think it's like 20-some% grade. That's all you get to hear about it. Sorry, out of time.
Rumble on the Ridge, this is the last one. This is from my perspective. So I sort of half-assed recap John's. This was in May. I forgot what I've even said about this, but now there's been too many burpees.
Too many burpees.
Yeah,
I got my 50K in that day.
You did. I said that.
Did you?
I don't remember. So yeah, I just like to do this race for fun. I love to go do my 4 hours and then stop and then take video and fly the drone because the race organizers are so cool and they let me do that. So, and then yeah,
I ended the race with a beer lap.
a beer, oh yeah.
Yeah, it was in honor of our friend Jacqueline who did a margarita lap to tap out last year. So this year I'm like, I'm gonna do a beer lap. And I convinced some stranger I met that day to do it with me. And we actually managed to finish the grueling climb and loop in the 20 minutes.
Yeah, good times. All right, we did it.
We did it.
All right, what's next? Well, I've still got one more stressful race registration to do for 2024.
Me too.
TBD. It's coming I promise I'll know by next weekend, right? No, I'll know soon. It's one of those where it sells out in minutes. So
yeah,
like,
next Monday. Next Monday we're both signing up for races.
Yep. So
We may have news.
we'll have that news to share, and then if we don't have that news, we'll have plan B, plan C, whatever. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll plan. There's always
Yeah.
plans.
So in the meantime, we're gonna go for a run.
All right.